Hi students, we're going to find the area of polygons using determinants. Now this actually has to do with vectors, but I'm not going to try to prove it to you. I'm just going to show you how it works. You have to take these values and place them in a matrix. So 1x plus 2y, 3x, negative 4y, negative 2 and 3. So it's really the x's, you're actually doing horizontal vertical components, you just don't realize it. Now part of the formula though is not just to list the vertices, you have to put another column of ones. Now there is a situation where you don't, using it, tweaking it a little bit different way, but that's a harder formula, so let's stick with this one. So I'm going to find the determinant of this and I'm going to multiply it by plus or minus 1/2, whatever would make it positive. You know, if I get a negative determinant, I'm going to multiply it by negative 1/2. If I get a positive determinant, I'm going to multiply it by positive 1/2. So to find this determinant, now I can just use my calculator because it's a 3 by 3, but I feel like I've cheated you not showing you the little shortcut where you can do a 3 by 3. Let's say you had to do it by hand. So you're going to add two columns here to do it by hand, the x and the y. So add the x column, add the y column, and it just makes it a lot easier to work with. Now we are going to do the dot product of this row, add it to the dot product of this row, dot product of the third row. So we start with the far left corner. 1 times negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, plus 2 times negative 2 times 1 is negative 4 again, and 1 times 3 is 3, times 3 is 9. So you take this dot product and you're going to subtract this one, where you're going to take from the far right and go this way. So it's going to be minus 6. Oh, sorry, I to the bottom. So minus 6 plus 3 plus 8, because that's a negative 2, negative 4 plus 8. Okay, so 4 plus negative 4 is negative 8, plus 9 is 1, minus 9 and 8 is 17, so I get negative 16. I need half of that, and so the area is 8 square units. Now there actually is a formula to do any polygon, and it's not that bad, but we're just doing the triangle and the parallelogram. So we're just going to tweak it this way. Let's say you have parallelogram with these vertices. Okay, parallelograms have this kind of neat property. Let's say I was graphing this. Let me just do a little sketch. If I had negative 3, 4, call that A, B, negative 1, negative 2, B, 1, 3, C. Here's the deal. Now, while this point, let me go ahead and do it. 3, negative 3 is down here. So this parallelogram could go like, if I just had 3 points, 1, 2, 3, I know it either goes down or it could be that they're connected like this. If I didn't know this fourth point, then it could be that these two and it goes up. Or it could be, if I only had those 3 points, it could be that it goes like this, right? So there's always this fourth point of a parallelogram that would render the same area, and there's no other possibilities. Now because of that, you don't have to have all 4 points. You just pick 3. So I'm going to pick the first 3, and I'm going to do the determinant. I'm going to do negative 3, 4, and then negative 1, negative 2, 1, 3. And I'm not even going to bother with the third point. I'm going to just say, why don't I just find this triangle and double its size? Because that's what's going to happen. So in other words, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the triangle, only I'm not going to half it. So I'm going to do the determinant by hand again. not to show off, but rather to show you what to do. Okay, and of course you could use your calculator if permitted, but I want to do, it's not that bad, it's really not. So look, -3 times -2 is 6, and then you're going to add, I guess I should hit add, 4, so it's +4, and then you're going to do the third one, and that's -1 times 1 is -1 times 3 is -3. So you add these, 6 + 4 is 10, minus 3 is 7. But then you subtract the ones that are going the other way, because they're going the other way, right? Well, I mean, that's not why, but still, that's how I remember it. So I have 4 times -1 times 1 is -4. Then I have 3 times 1 times -3 is -9. Then I'm going to add 1 times -2 is -2. So -4 minus 9 is -13, -15. So 7 minus -15 is 22. Don't half it. That is the area. Isn't that cool? All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. Some of this practice. You guys take care.